In today's interconnected world, securing our digital assets is paramount. Every day we transmit sensitive information online, from banking details to personal conversations. Protecting this data requires robust security measures. Two fundamental concepts in cybersecurity are authentication and authorization. Coupled with network firewalls, these elements form the bedrock of a secure network infrastructure. This essay will delve into these concepts. We'll explore their significance in maintaining a secure online environment. Join me as we unravel the complexities of cybersecurity and empower ourselves with the knowledge to navigate the digital landscape safely. Authentication, in its simplest form, is the process of verifying one's identity. It's a crucial step in ensuring that only authorized individuals gain access to certain information or areas. Imagine trying to enter a high-security facility. The guards won't just let anyone in, they need to confirm your identity first. This is done to protect sensitive information and ensure that only those with the right credentials can enter. The guards will check your ID, perhaps scan a badge, or even use biometric data like fingerprints or facial recognition to verify who you are. This multi-layered approach ensures a higher level of security. In the digital realm, authentication serves the same purpose. When you log into your email account, the email provider needs to ensure that you are who you claim to be. This is usually done through a username and password combination. The username identifies you and the password acts as proof of your identity. However, with the rise of cyber threats, additional layers of security have become necessary. This is where two-factor authentication, or 2FA, comes into play. After entering your username and password, you might be required to enter a code sent to your phone or email. This adds an extra layer of security, making it harder for unauthorized users to gain access. Beyond passwords and 2FA, other methods of authentication include biometrics like fingerprint scanning and facial recognition. These methods are becoming increasingly popular due to their convenience and higher security levels. Biometrics are unique to each individual, making them a reliable way to verify identity. As technology advances, we can expect even more sophisticated methods of authentication to emerge, further enhancing security in both the physical and digital worlds. Once you've proven your identity, the next step is authorization. This is a crucial part of any security system, whether physical or digital. Authorization determines what you're allowed to access or do once inside the system. It's not just about getting in, it's about what you can do once you're there. For example, in a digital environment, authorization settings might allow you to read certain files but not edit them, or access some applications but not others. Let's go back to our high-security facility example. Even with valid identification, you probably won't have access to every room. Certain areas are restricted to only those with specific authorization. This ensures that sensitive or critical areas are protected from unauthorized access. Similarly, in the digital world, just because you can log into a system doesn't mean you have access to all its resources. Different levels of access are granted based on your role and responsibilities. For instance, a regular employee logging into a company's network might have access to their email and work files, but not to sensitive financial records or confidential client information. This is because authorization settings are in place to ensure that only those with the necessary permissions can access certain types of information. Authorization ensures that only authorized users can access specific resources or perform certain actions. This layered approach to security helps protect sensitive information and maintain the integrity of the system. While usernames and passwords are common authentication methods, they are not foolproof. In today's digital age, relying solely on passwords can leave your accounts vulnerable to various types of cyber attacks. Passwords can be guessed, stolen, or even phished. Cybercriminals are constantly developing new techniques to crack passwords, making it essential to adopt stronger security measures. This is where multifactor authentication, or MFA, comes in. MFA enhances security by requiring users to provide multiple forms of identification before granting access. MFA adds an extra layer of security by requiring users to provide multiple forms of identification. This means that even if a hacker manages to obtain your password, they would still need additional information to access your account. Think of it as needing both a key and a security badge to enter a restricted area. Just like in the physical world, Having multiple layers of security makes unauthorized access much more difficult. Common factors in MFA include something you know, like a password, which is the first layer of defense. Something you have, like a one-time code sent to your phone, adds a second layer of security. This code is typically time-sensitive and changes frequently, making it harder for attackers to use, or something you are, like your fingerprint, which is unique to you and provides a biometric layer of security. Biometrics are particularly effective because they are difficult to replicate. By requiring multiple factors, MFA makes it significantly harder for unauthorized individuals to access your accounts, even if they have your password. This multi-layered approach ensures that your sensitive information remains protected, giving you peace of mind in an increasingly digital world. Section 5 Firewalls, the first line of defense. Just like a physical wall protects a building, a firewall acts as a barrier between your computer or network and the outside world. It controls incoming and outgoing network traffic, blocking any unauthorized access attempts. Imagine a security guard stationed at the entrance of your network, carefully inspecting every piece of data that tries to enter or leave. That's essentially what a firewall does. It examines network traffic for anything suspicious, blocking any malicious packets and allowing only legitimate traffic to pass through. Section 6. Stateful versus stateless firewalls. Remembering the conversation, firewalls come in different types, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Two primary categories are stateful and stateless firewalls. A stateless firewall examines each network packet in isolation, without considering past traffic. It's like a security guard who checks everyone's ID but doesn't remember who has already entered. On the other hand, a stateful firewall keeps track of ongoing connections, remembering which requests have been approved. This allows it to make more informed decisions about blocking or allowing traffic. Section 7, Next Generation Firewalls, Evolving Threats, Evolving Defenses. As cyber threats become more sophisticated, so do our defenses. Next Generation Firewalls, or NGFWs, take security to the next level. They combine the capabilities of traditional firewalls with advanced features like intrusion prevention systems, or IPS, and deep packet inspection, known as DPI. NGFWs can analyze the content of network traffic, not just the header information, to identify and block more sophisticated threats. They can also prioritize traffic based on application and user identity, ensuring that critical applications receive the necessary bandwidth and protection. Section 8. Centralized Identity Providers. Simplifying access management. Managing user access to various applications and services can be a daunting task, especially in large organizations. Centralized Identity Providers, or IDPs, offer a solution by providing a single point of authentication and authorization. Instead of having separate login credentials for each application, users can authenticate once with the IDP and access all authorized services. This simplifies access management for both users and administrators. Section 9. Conclusion: a layered approach to cybersecurity. In conclusion, authentication, authorization, and network firewalls are essential components of a robust cybersecurity strategy. They work together to create a layered defense system that protects your valuable data from unauthorized access and cyber threats. By understanding these concepts and implementing appropriate security measures, we can mitigate risks and navigate the digital world with confidence. Remember, cybersecurity is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process of staying vigilant and adapting to evolving threats.